I got a text from Simone that said, I just heard Kim say, take anything you want. We had just had that conversation at lunch. If we were ever getting robbed, that we would say, take whatever you want. It was just so crazy.
I remember running out of the club and I saw Courtney and the security guard getting into the car and they were like, we have to go, like something happened.
And we called my mom.
A call like that is truly unbelievable. And that's my biggest fear. They picked me up and put me in the bathroom and then shut the door and then ran out.
I heard loud footsteps going down the stairs. I heard them pass my room. And then I hear Kim coming down the stairs. She's calling my name and she still has tape around her legs. And
okay, guys, so we are at an explosive turning point of the Kardashians. Kim Kardashian and her family, they're going back to that Paris robbery. And what is shocking to me is that I had no idea there were so many people doubting their story. Even the closest people to them in their circle, in their neighborhood, people in the entertainment fraternity were doubting their story. And this has definitely hurt their feelings. They are deeply offended by people questioning the legitimacy of what had happened to Kim Kardashian. Now, as you guys know, it was May 6th of this year that Kim Kardashian went to Paris. She had to relive the entire Paris robbery because the trial had officially started after over a decade. A few of the men were, however, held prior and they had already served time. One of them passed just days before the trial started. But now with this new season and the new episode that is being premiered, you know, they're telling their story like they never did before from their point of view. They're going back to the event and how each person acted in that time. And the interviews that they did, Khloe doing one with Howard Stern basically insulting Khloe, Kim doing an interview with Howard Stern, again, Howard Stern insulting Kim. Make no mistakes, Howard Stern, he's definitely a owl. But for so many people to question the legitimacy of their story, like, I'm really shocked. They're sharing this with us, and I'm like, I mean, come on, guys. You have to understand why people would question you guys. It's not as though you guys haven't given the public reasons to question the legitimacy of the Paris robbery. Remember, Kanye West, who loved, adored, worshipped Kim, you know, accused her of staging the Paris robbery for traction on their reality TV series. And at the time when Kanye West accused her, was he, you know, on a spiral? Yes. But is Kanye normally like that? Absolutely not. Normally he's very honest, abrasive, but he's very honest. So Usher was in shock, like, no, I don't believe this happened here. You know, not that he didn't believe her, like, he questioned it like, hey, no way this happened here, right? Kanye, their neighbors in Hollywood, and we can bet there are a few people in their circle who also doubts them. And it's not coming from anywhere. We witnessed these people lying on Ray J. All this time I was saying it was for a decade. Ray J is letting us know that it's 2 decades. And I'm like, oh my God, you know, they've been doing this to Ray J for so long. And I'm like, no, they're saying they're hurt, that people would question them. And Kim is saying, oh, these people don't know her. They do know you. And that is why they're questioning you. And this is why they don't believe you, because if you could lie on Ray J, because even if you look at what you're doing now at this point, it still has you wondering, is any of it factual? Because there's so much questions about it and around it. And remember, Karl Lagerfeld was like, yeah, you came to Paris and you just had to take the attention away from Paris Fashion Week. No one believed them. And it's not because people just want to be intentionally mean and insensitive to something that could have actually happened. Because even now, we see the tears, we see them telling their story, we see Kim's friend crying. Is it another show? We genuinely don't know. How many times have we been down this path with this family? Too many. Far too many times. And as such, they have to just deal with it. And that's just the truth. They have to deal with it. You cannot force people to believe something because, again, the sex tape, you all lied about it. And even until this day, you're still lying about the sex tape. So God knows what else this family is lying about until this date. Because when you hear just Judge Mathis saying, he doesn't understand how is it that Kim and her family, they're taking Ray J to court over something that actually happened, something that they all came together and orchestrate. Judge Mattis is like, how do you take this man to court for defamation? Where's the defamation? Like, where's the lie? Facts cannot be defamation. So when you look at what they're even doing until this day, like every time you see them telling the story, it seems genuine, it seems authentic. You don't want to be insensitive to someone's pain or trauma, but at the same time, haven't we seen the curtain closed on the same old show before? And we thought it was real. And we were like, oh my God. And they preyed on our emotions so much that we were like, oh my God, Ray J, you're such a horrible human being. And it was a few people in their circle realizing that Ray J was getting chastised for something that he didn't do. And then quite a few people started telling the story and started saying, no, they all did the sex tape. And then when Ray J came out and provided those evidence, Bethany Frankel did a video and said, it has always been said in Hollywood that Kris Jenner got Kim Kardashian at Glam Squad to go shoot the sex tape. So, there's absolutely nothing that they can do to convince anyone that what they're saying is true. They can be hurt about it, because if their feelings are hurt, and again, I have to say, if it is factual and if it did happen, I can definitely understand the sensitivity around the entire thing, but it is still questionable. And that's just the truth. We see a trial, we see tears, but we still don't know because we've seen the same old show times upon times upon times upon times again. Kanye West retrieving tapes from Ray J, and Kanye questioning it tells you a lot. It really does. We still don't know if it is authentic. Now, one of the things they're using is Wendy Williams not bashing them. Wendy Williams not bashing them doesn't mean that Wendy believe they're being honest. Wendy is just giving them the benefit of the doubt, just like everyone else. So I believe that they need to, even though it is a sensitive matter, and I'm saying, if something like that actually happened to Kim, I can't even begin to imagine how she felt and how she had to cope with the memory of all of that. It can be really, really hard. But at the same time, they have to understand, because even now we have Lamar Odom doing a docuseries with TMZ talking about what happened at the Bunny Ranch, and Lamar is recalling an experience that he had, which is similar to what we saw them doing to Kanye after Kanye and Kim marriage ended. They basically put Lamar in a bad light, and not only that, Lamar has been adamant that he didn't take any drugs. He knew that he got something to drink at the Bunny Ranch, and after he drank it, he woke up in the hospital with tubes all over him. He was frantic because he had no idea how he got there and what are tubes doing on him, much less, So when you hear these stories and they align, Lamar's story aligns with Kanye's experience, you have to say, can we believe anything that comes out of this family's mouth? Absolutely not. And we did not get up overnight and say, we're going to look at you people this way. It is based on the mind games and the manipulative tactics and, all the games that they have played to garner wealth. If it did happen, it's just that karma is coming to bite Kim back in the ass, and she just have to sit in it. She has made her bed. She has to lay in it. You can't force people to believe that your pain is real. Even if it's real, you really can't. People are going to question the legitimacy of your story because of things that you have done, not because of shared arrogance or anything like that. People are not just arrogant, we're not all the same, but for some reason, we're all the same on this one accord. We don't know if what you're saying is true, and it hurts, but she just has to deal with it. You can't force people to believe what you're saying is true, knowing that you have a pattern, you and your family. If we don't believe, you can be hurt about it, but like, what are you going to do? Fight all of us? Beat all of us? Sue all of us? No, we really and genuinely don't believe you. And it is majority of us, 98% of the people don't believe you and your family. It's sad. Sad's to suck, sucks to suck, but it is what it is. We really don't believe you. However, if it did happen, we empathize and we're so sorry that you had to go through such horrific experience. That's the most we can do at this point. And we can not use it against you and give you the benefit of the doubt, but you really cannot force us to believe that what you're saying is real. You really cannot force people to believe that you had an horrible experience because we really don't know. It's unfortunate. It is sad, but we really and genuinely don't know, because maybe 10 years from today, someone comes out the woodworks and tells how you all conjure up this thing. Maybe, or maybe not. But I think that people feel safe in their position of doubting you, and you should respect people's feelings just as though you want yours to be respected. That's just as I see this entire, thing. They're telling the story with an effect, but it's still not gaining the effect that they hope it would have. People are going to question you guys. Even when you're in the grave, people are going to question you. And the generation after us, they're going to laugh at us and wonder, how is it that we were so tricked and bamboozled by your family? So, I mean, it is what it is. It just is what it is. But that's all I have to say about that for this video, guys. Leave your comment below. Peace.